Oh yes. If you want to know how to bake these, keep watching Rice Cooker Baking with Life of Pang. I will be baking these cookies in the rice cooker and in the air fryer. Which one do you think is going to be better? Let me know in the comment below. I will be using this creamy peanut butter, and unfortunately this peanut butter has some sugar in it already. So if you can't have sugar, make sure you get the type of peanut butter that just contains peanut, which is all natural. You can sweeten it with natural honey or maple syrup. And I'm adding cinnamon and vanilla flavoring just to give it a kick of flavor. I like to mix these first to get all the flavors mixed into the peanut butter, and then add whole wheat flour. And you can use any flour. Just keep in mind that depending on your peanut butter and the type of flour you use, you may need to add additional flour. So just add additional 1 tablespoon of flour at a time until you come to this consistency where you can shape it into a ball. For my baking, I'm using a tablespoon to measure out the amount of my cookie size. Now if you're baking in the oven, you can make it whatever size you want. But for the rice cooker and the air fryer, you don't want to make it too big. Flatten it slightly, and I'm doing it in my hand because it's going to be harder to do it in my rice cooker pot. And then add your design using a fork. Then place it on a lined pot or pan for baking. Now this is completely optional. I am adding other toppings which I'm not including in the recipe, so feel free to top it with whatever you like. Make sure to space them out evenly and allow a little bit of room for them to expand. And then cover it with a paper towel to catch condensation, and we're ready for our first bake. Press the cook button and then set a 30-minute timer. Now that we kickstart the rice cooker, let's finish the rest of the dough, and we're gonna bake it in the air fryer. I am adding a lot more topping here, so just use whatever you have. And by the way, I do have the full written recipe and baking instructions in the description box below, so make sure you expand that because I do have additional tips in there as well. And if this is your first time baking in your rice cooker, make sure you watch to the end. I do have additional tips in there to help you be successful at baking in your rice cooker. Doesn't these cookies look pretty? So let's put them into the air fryer. And I will start with 180 degrees Celsius, and that's 350 degrees Fahrenheit. And let's start with about 10 minutes. After 10 minutes, it smells so good. Oh no, it's a little bit too dark. Looks like we need to change our temperature and baking time. The cookies are still soft, but they're too dark for me to do another bake. So let's just cool it and see what happened. And for the rice cooker, after 1 bake cycle, the cookies are still super soft to the touch. So we're gonna do 1 more bake cycle. Press cook and set a 30-minute timer. And this is the air fryer cookies. They've been sitting for about 10 minutes. It's definitely over brown on the top, and on the bottom, not brown or crispy at all. It's still soft. If you want to, you could just flip these over and put it back in the air fryer for about 5 minutes, but I think I'm just gonna leave it. With my short experimental baking in the air fryer, this seems to be one of the issues. Is that the bottom doesn't get enough heat to make it crispy or cook through. As for the rice cooker, after 2 bake, which is 1 hour, and these look good. They're not soft anymore. Let's cool them for about 5 to 10 minutes and take a look at it. And these cookies look perfect. Except for the bottom, it is a little bit dark. And I'm making a second batch just to test out more baking settings. I'm using this crunchy peanut butter along with erythritol, which is a sugar substitute granule, and almond flour. I needed to use about 1 cup of almond flour. And for the air fryer this time, I'm going to do 160 degrees Celsius, which is about 325 Fahrenheit. And we'll do that for about 12 minutes. And they came out golden perfect. Again, the bottom is not crispy or dark, but they have just the right crispiness. This is my hotter rice cooker, and the cookies were done in one bake cycle, which is 30 minutes. And as you can see, the bottom is burnt because it is so hot. So, which appliance do you think did a better job? Let me know in the comment below. I prefer the rice cooker cookies because they are crispy on the outside and still moist in the inside. Whereas with the air fryer, the whole cookie is super crispy and crumbly. Let me know if you're going to make these in your rice cooker or in the air fryer. So until next week, happy baking in your rice cooker.